Hi, I'm Luce. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming my most anticipated releases for 2025. I know that more are going to get announced later on in the year, but these are the 12 that I have right now. They go up until the end of August. Yeah, these are all from authors I've read before, so I have very high expectations for all of these. I'm extremely excited for all of these. So yeah, let's just get into the releases. So I'm going to be going in release order. So the first one that I have is actually already been released. And that is Bat Eater by Kylie Lee Baker. I've read a fantasy book by Kylie Lee Baker before, which I really enjoyed, which was The Scarlet Alchemist. But this is a horror book, which I don't know if she's written horror before. I don't know if this is like her horror debut, but I'm really excited about it. All I know is that it's following a woman who cleans up crime scenes. I think that this book is going to have a lot of discussion about Asian hate and racism. So I'm really excited to read it and see what her take on it's going to be. I also really love the cover. I think the cover's amazing for it. Okay, my other January release I think is one that everyone is excited about, and that is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the third book in the, I think it's the Empyrean series is the title of the series, but Fourth Wing, it's the third Fourth Wing book. I loved Fourth Wing. I absolutely loved it. And I also really enjoyed Iron Flame. I know a lot of people were disappointed in it. I had a really good time with it. I thought it was really good. So I'm really hyped about this one. This one is coming out on the 21st of January. As I said, I think everyone and their mother knows what Fourth Wing is about, but if for some reason you don't, it is about Violet, who goes to a dragon riding academy. That's the super basic synopsis of it. But yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Okay, then I have two for February. The first one is Ambessa, Chosen of the Wolf by C.L. Clarke. This is the second kind of League of Legends lore novel. This is also one related to Arcane. This is following Ambessa, who gets introduced in Arcane. She's just a badass Noxan warrior. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping for a slightly different story to be chosen for the next League novel, but I'm still excited about this nonetheless. I haven't read anything by C.L. Clarke, but I have is it the Unbroken, I think it is, that they've written before, which I do really want to read. So yeah, listen, unfortunately, I am a League of Legends girly. So any book that comes out that is League related, I just am going to be reading. And then the other February release is The Dark Mirror by Samantha Shannon, which is coming out on the 25th of February. This one is the fifth book in the Bone Season series. I absolutely love the Bone Season series, and I know a lot of people do as well. So we've all been really anticipating this one. I always struggle to talk about or like describe the Bone Season because it's such a unique series in my opinion. It's kind of a mix of fantasy, sci-fi, and dystopian, but I absolutely adore it. I do think that this series is actually kind of underrated because I know that everyone knows Samantha Shannon for Priory, which I love. Priory is fantastic, but I feel like not enough people have read the Bone Season series. Again, a lot of people have read the Bone Season series, but not enough for how absolutely phenomenal it is. I am going to be picking this one up immediately on release. Next, I actually have 4 for March, which is my birthday month, so I'm very excited that there's quite a lot of anticipated releases coming out in my birthday month. But the first one on the 4th of March is The Rag Picker King by Cassandra Clare. This one is kind of a weird one for me because I love Cassandra Clare. I am a Shadowhunters girly through and through. I read them when I was a teenager. I still love them to this day. So I was really excited when she announced that she was coming out with an adult fantasy, and I was a little bit underwhelmed by it, just like a little bit. But I think that it was because my expectations were too high. I'm going to reread that one, hopefully enjoy it more, and then I will be going into The Rag Picker King. This one is an adult high fantasy series following the prince's kind of bodyguard type figure, his double almost, and a woman who is part of this kind of societally shunned magical race of people. Then on the 11th of March, I have Go Luck Yourself by Sarah Roche. This is the second book in the, I don't know what the series is called, actually. I'm just realizing that. Let me figure that out. The Royals and Romance series. The first one is The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I read at the beginning of December, and I adored that book. I had so much fun. It was just a cute, fun Christmas rom-com with like a magical twist in it. And this one follows the brother of one of the leads of that book. And this one, I believe, is between him and the Prince of St. Patrick's Day, which is interesting. St. Patrick's Day is not a holiday that I'm particularly fond of, but I'm still excited to read this nonetheless. Okay, then on the 20th of March, we have what is probably my most anticipated release of the entire year, and that is Kiss the Villain by Rena Kent. This book, I am just insanely excited about. This is a spin-off of the Legacy of God series. I thought it was going to be book 7, but apparently it is a spin-off. And it follows two characters, Caden and Gareth, who we get introduced to mainly in book 5, God of Fury, which is my favorite book in the series. This is an MM romance. Rena said it's going to be really dark, it's going to be very spicy, and it is between a professor and his student. It's not normally a trope that I absolutely love, but when it's done right, and when it's done specifically in college, not high school, when it's done in college, I can be a very big fan of it. So listen, this is another book that as soon as it is released, I am going to be absolutely devouring this. And then the last book for March, on the 27th of March, is Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent. Now, this book has been released already, I believe in the indie edition, but this is the traditionally published edition, so I'm still kind of counting it because I haven't read it yet. This is, I believe, from what I know about it, it is a spin-off book, a spin-off standalone in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I have absolutely loved what is out so far of the Crowns of Nyaxia series, so I'm very excited about this. I also love vampires, so yeah, I don't need to know a lot about this to be excited to pick it up. Then we have one May release on the 27th of May. We have another Rena Kent, which is Beautiful Venom. This is the start of a new series that she is writing, which is all dark hockey romances, which, listen, I love hockey romance, I love Rena Kent, I love dark romance. I'm in. I'm so incredibly in. I literally know nothing other than dark hockey romance, and that's all I need to know. This is another one that I will be picking up, devouring as soon as it's released. I want to take a moment as well to just show off how beautiful my coffee mug is. This was a gift from Bestie Ruth, and I love this mug so much. It's handmade. And it's got, look at the little strawberry that's on the handle. And I don't think it's going to show properly, but it's got like this iridescent glaze on it. This is my favorite coffee mug. I use this mug basically every day. Okay, then we have 2 for June. The first one is The Listeners by Maggie Stiefvater. Now, this is one that if it wasn't written by Maggie Stiefvater, I probably wouldn't be picking up. But I love The Raven Boys. It's one of my favorite series. And this is her adult debut, so regardless of whether or not it's something that traditionally I would be interested in, I want to pick it up just to see what she does with this story. This is, to my knowledge, an adult historical fiction novel. I don't know if there's any kind of fantastical twist in it. I feel like because it's Maggie Stiefvater, there probably is some kind of speculative, magical thing involved, but I actually really don't know. I'm just purely picking this up based on the author. And then the other one for June I have on the 10th of June is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, another one of my favorite authors. I've read pretty much all of V.E. Schwab's books. I think there's only like 2 that I haven't read. And for the most part, I have really enjoyed them. This one I don't know that I'm going to love because this feels like it's going to be more Addie LaRue-esque. And controversial opinion, I didn't love Addie LaRue. I thought it was good, but it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what I've come to love from V.E. Schwab. So this one could go either way, but the synopsis just sounds really cool. I know it is following 3 women who, from different time periods, who were all buried in the same soil, and then somehow they intertwine. I think it's also, I'm pretty sure it's vampires, but yeah, somehow they are all intertwined. So I have my fingers crossed that this is going to be one that I really, really do end up enjoying. My last one is, other than Kiss the Villain, probably my most anticipated, and that is Calabasas by R.F. Kuang. I have loved every single R.F. Kuang book I've read. I've read all but Yellowface, which is one that I'm kind of ashamed that I haven't read yet, but I've given 5 stars to the entire Poppy War trilogy, and I adored Babel. This one is her, I think it's kind of like technically going to be like a romance type of one, but because it's R.F. Kuang, I know it's not going to be like happy fun romance. It's going to be my heart is being ripped out of my chest and I'm sobbing romance. This is following two, I believe they're rivals, two academic rivals who have to go into hell to rescue their advisor, which sounds perfect. Like that sound, there's nothing about that isn't something that I'm gonna love. And because it's R.F. Kuang, I know it's gonna hurt me. I know this book is gonna absolutely ruin me, and I'm really excited about it. I have two more books right at the end, which I actually kind of forgot about because they don't have official release dates yet, but they're supposed to be coming out this year, so I thought I'd just kind of slide them in. The first one of those is the second book in the Sunshine Court little series, basically book 5 and All for the Game. This book, originally Nora said was going to come out at the end of December, and then I saw on her Twitter that she's now said that unless something goes horrifically wrong, it's supposed to come out on the 22nd of February. So I have everything crossed that nothing goes horrifically wrong and I can get my second John and Jeremy book. And then the other one that I'm assuming is coming out this year, even though I haven't seen if there's a release date yet, is Pucking Strong by Emily Rath, which is the 4th book in the Jacksonville Rays series. I've read the first 2. These are spicy hockey romance series. The first one is Polly, it's MMFM. The second one is just an MF. The third one, which I really need to read, I have it up there and I'm actually annoyed that I haven't read it yet. That one is MMF. And this one is going to be MM. I actually can't remember what the relationship dynamic is in this one. I think one of them is like some kind of like PR guy for the team, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. I just want to read it because I love the series. But yes, those are my anticipated releases for 2025. I might end up doing a second part of this series later on in the year when more stuff for the second half of the year gets announced. But yeah, these are all the ones that I'm super excited for right now, ones that I'm anticipating picking up as soon as they've been released. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and maybe subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in a new video soon. Bye!